What's up, guys? I hope everybody's having a great day. Thank you so much for coming by the Helpful Dreams channel. If you've been here before, thank you so much for the continued support. It's inspiring to be around so many dreamers that are striving on a daily basis to become the best version of themselves. The purpose of this channel is to take complex ideas and simplify them down and take out the key elements so that we can digest them on a daily basis as we continue to stay on track. And today we're going to be going through Jim Rohn's 5 major pieces of the life puzzle and breaking it down into its key takeaways. We're going to roll into it right now. In the 5 major pieces of the life puzzle, Jim Rohn asserts that success can be attracted rather than pursued. He then uses a gimmick-free, tried-and-true method to explain how to attract it. Piece number 1, philosophy. According to Jim Rohn, our personal philosophy shapes our attitude. Our attitude influences both quantity and quality of our activity, and our level of activity produces proportional results. He also points out that our lifestyle can be as fulfilling at the start of our journey to success as it is when we have achieved great things. If you're currently frustrated by your lack of success, the common sense advice in this classic may change everything for you. Your worldview, or philosophy as Rohn calls it, is the starting point for success. According to Jim, your philosophy is formed by what you know as well as how you came to know it. Your philosophy serves as a foundation for what is important to you, your core values. It shapes your perspective on everything, from politics to religion, to how and why you should spend money, to the amount of quality time you devote to specific relationships. According to Rohn, the best way to develop powerful personal philosophy is to objectively review your life conclusions. Determine which of these conclusions has aided you and which has hampered your progress. Take a few moments to write them down. Make an effort to express yourself honestly, then carefully consider whether the conclusions you've reached help you get closer to your goals or farther away. Rohn walks us through the process of developing better conclusions. In the 5 major pieces to the life puzzle, he does this without telling you what to believe in any given situation, but rather how to evaluate what you believe in order to determine whether or not it serves you. As adults, we examine new information that comes our way through the lens of our personal philosophy. Concepts that appear to agree with previous conclusions are added to our knowledge bank and serve to reinforce our current thinking. Ideas that appear to contradict our beliefs are usually rejected quickly. We're constantly scrutinizing our pre-existing beliefs for accuracy and conformity in the light of new information. As we mix new and old, we either strengthen our previous beliefs or broaden our current philosophy in the light of new and valuable information about life and people. Personal philosophy is like setting sail. We've all felt the raging winds of disappointment, despair, and heartbreak. What leads us to various destinations in life is determined by the way we have chosen to set our goals. The way each of us thinks makes a significant difference in where we end up. The difference isn't in the circumstances, it's how the sail is set. When the winds shift, we must adapt. We must struggle to our feet to reset the sail in order to steer us towards the destination of our choosing. The way we set sail, think, and respond has far more potential to destroy our lives than any challenges we face. Once we discipline ourselves to understand this, we will realize that the greatest challenge in life is to control our own thinking process. Our philosophy and our mindset governs how we think. This is the foundation for success. There is only a slight distinction between those who succeed and those who do not, and that is how they think. The way we think makes a significant difference and is a major determinant of who succeeds and who fails. In order to ensure your success, you must commit to controlling your thinking habits. Piece number 2, attitude. While philosophy is primarily concerned with the logical side of life, information, and thinking habits, attitude is primarily concerned with emotional issues that affect our existence. Our philosophy is determined by what we know. Our attitude is determined by how we feel about what we know. Emotions, like thoughts, have the power to propel us into future fortune or future disaster. Our attitude is formed by the feelings we have about people, our jobs, our homes, our finances, and the world around us. Humans can move mountains with the right attitude. They can be crushed by the smallest grain of sand if they have the wrong attitude. One of the fundamentals of living a good life is having the right attitude. As a result, we must consistently examine our feelings about our place in the world and our prospects for achieving our goals. Because everything in life affects everything else, we must conduct a thorough examination of everything and everyone who may be having an adverse effect on our current attitude. including our past and present circumstances. The thoughts and feelings we allow ourselves to have today shape our future. The future is a reflection of our current life philosophy and attitude. When we design the future and set new goals with a specific purpose in mind, there is a special emotional magic that occurs. We experience a level of excited anticipation when we clearly envision the future, and we can borrow from its inspiration for excitement in our energy levels, relationships, and attitudes in the now. When we invest our past experiences and borrow future excitement by clearly seeing it in our mind's eye, then past experiences and future excitement become today's servant. The more clearly we see the future and feel its promise, the more confident we become that we can and will achieve our goals. This new attitude will give us a renewed hope for progress and faith that we can truly move mountains. Things to keep in mind: we cannot succeed on our own. Self-esteem is the first step towards progress. We can choose how we feel about ourselves, and our associations have an impact on how we feel. Piece number 3, activity. Whatever life has handed us, whether a lot or a little, it is our responsibility to do something with it. That is how we turn pennies into fortunes and obstacles into opportunities, by putting everything we have and are to work. We must eventually convert our knowledge and good feelings into action. The more we begin with, the more we will receive for our hard work. The more is a solid personal philosophy and positive attitude. The more we know and feel about our future opportunities, the better our chances of success. People do not change their lives through motivation. When a fool becomes motivated, he simply becomes a motivated fool. Our personal philosophy and our attitude are not sufficient in and of themselves. What we know and how we feel only determines our potential for success. Our activity ultimately determines whether or not we achieve our objectives. Our activity, philosophy, and attitude towards hard work will have an impact on the quality of our lives. What we decide about the proper labor to rest ratio will establish a work ethic. That work ethic will determine whether the fortune is substantial or meager. Enterprise is not always preferable to ease. When we choose to do less than we could, this error in judgment has an impact on our self-esteem. When this happens on a daily basis, we soon find ourselves not only doing less than we should, but also being less than we are. Fortunately, the process is simple to reverse. We can develop a new discipline of doing rather than neglecting at any time. Every time we choose action over ease or labor over rest, we gain self-worth, self-respect, and self-confidence. In the end, the most rewarding aspect of activity is how we feel about ourselves. What we get is not what makes us valuable, rather it is what we become in the process of doing that adds value to our lives. Make sure you adjust your activity to rest ratio. Life cannot be a continuous cycle of work and no rest. It is critical to give ourselves enough time to recover. The Bible teaches the philosophy of 6 days of labor and 1 day of rest. For some, the labor component will appear to be quite heavy. Each of us must choose the proper ratio that best reflects the reward we seek, keeping in mind that with less labor comes less reward. Piece number 4, results. The fruits of our previous efforts are our results, and it is always directly proportional to our efforts. As the saying goes, as you sow, you shall reap. If you don't like the results of what you're getting, take a close look at what you've got and reconsider what you're sowing. You will reap the same results if you do not change what you are sowing. It's insane to keep doing things the same way and expect different results. So unless you change who you are right now, your life will almost certainly remain the same. If you aren't getting the results you want, you have only yourself to blame. Remember what Jesus said about the results. By their fruits you shall know them. Piece 5, lifestyle. This is how we conduct our lives. Rohn discusses how many people say, I'll be better when I'm wealthy, or I'll be happy when I achieve that. This or that. Instead, he suggests designing the lifestyle you want and then starting to live it. Many people have learned how to earn a lot of money, but they haven't learned how to live well. So if you want to be wealthy, learn about wealth, and if you want to be happy, learn about happiness. Everything begins with education, which will lead you to a happy, healthy, and prosperous life. Remember to be content with what you have while striving to get what you desire. Remember to find happiness in the process rather than the destination. All right, guys, congratulations on making it to the end of that simplified version of Jim Rohn's 5 major pieces of the life puzzle. I hope that this information keeps you on track, keeps your mind right. I hope you gain some new ideas as well as reaffirm some ideas that you already know. We're going to keep on going and coming out with more content on a daily basis. So if you like this type of simplified, motivational, and inspirational content, then please subscribe and support the channel. It helps out. Thank you guys so much for coming by, and I'll see you in the next one.